Attorney Jonathan Elson, reminding you that if you've been injured in an auto accident, it's important to have somebody on your side. When you need a lawyer,
then you need Nelson.
Heather Pate has now pled guilty to second-degree murder of 27-year-old Roy Jaggers. She also pled guilty to the first-degree kidnapping of a man who was tortured for hours before being murdered by at least 2 of the 3 suspects in this gruesome case involving Kevin Dent, Heather Pate, and Brad Main. Kevin Dent and Heather Pate have now pled guilty to second-degree murder prior to the May 1st trial date of the remaining suspect, Brad Main. Dent and Pate have agreed to testify against Main, who is said to have been the person who fired the 12-gauge shotgun at least 2 times that killed Roy Jaggers while forcing him off a cliff in Cathedral Canyon south of Pahrump after the long hours of being tortured using several instruments such as a blowtorch, axe, knives, and a baton on August 1st of 2021. Today's district court, Judge Kim Wonker heard from Pate and her attorney Spencer Judd about her plea agreement made with the district attorney's office. The defendant will not be eligible for parole for at least 15 years at minimum. Jaggers' mother was in court today and told News 25 off camera that she's extremely upset with these plea agreements being made for Heather Pate and Kevin Dent. Last week, Kevin Dent pled guilty to second-degree murder and will not be eligible for parole for at least 10 years. Today, Pate explained her role in both the kidnapping and the murder. However, for a short time, she explained that what she did was retaliation for an alleged molestation of her child, which has not been substantiated. In fact, the DA's office says that the investigation supported just the opposite, that there is no physical evidence of that allegation and the investigation has been completed. The testimony today brought the senior deputy district attorney Jason Gunnell to ask the court to rescind the guilty plea and go to trial against Heather Pate.
Maybe we should just set this for trial. Another thing is, this molestation allegation there was actually, to my knowledge, there was actually investigated, conducted by Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, and that was not substantiated, and we'll never know because Brad Main is dead, or excuse me, Roy Jaggers is dead, so we'll never know what happened there.
Pate adds during her testimony today details of what she says Main and Dent did to Roy Jaggers when they allegedly tied him up at the Bella Vista shooting range in Pahrump and transported him in her car to Cathedral Canyon where the murder occurred.
When we were at the shooting range and they tortured him, and Kevin Dent wrapped him in a tarp and they put him in my vehicle. I was aware that he was wrapped in the tarp when I drove the vehicle from the shooting range to Mr. Men's house and then to Cathedral Canyon.
Were you aware when he was wrapped in that tarp? Was he in handcuffs?
No, I just knew that he was bound with the tarp and the rope.
Heather Pate will return to Judge Kim Wonker's courtroom for the sentencing on June 22nd.